Hey y'all, it's your girl Vincere, aka Courtney, and I'm back with another assembly. Y'all know the rules. Like, share, and subscribe to see more of this, or even if you just enjoyed this video. Today, we'll be making the Billy bookshelf. I'm going to start by opening my pouch of screws, and I'm going to dump them out. We're going to take our wooden dowels, and we're going to put them in all of our panel boards. The smaller ones, that is, which is the shelves. They get 2 on each side. Hold on, let me set up my camera. Yeah, so right here, they get 2 on each side, and you're going to flip it around and do the other side. And you're going to also do it to the little narrow board as well, just as you see me doing here. Once you have those put together, you're going to go ahead and set those to the side, and we're going to grab our longer boards, which are the sides of our Billy bookshelf. We're going to be screwing in our cam screws into these holes I am pointing out right here. It's going to be 6 of them. They go into the inside smaller holes. And this is our second board. I'm going to go to flip that over, and we're going to do the same thing with this one. So 6 on each panel, 12 screws. Let's do it. You do want to use a regular screwdriver when you're doing this. I use a drill because I'm more experienced. So if you have one and you know how to use it, go ahead. But if you don't, prepare to be flicking the wrist. So now that we have all our cam screws screwed in, we're going to go ahead and grab our panel. You're going to work with the wooden edge, and you're going to make sure the wooden edge is going to the same wooden edge on the longer piece. And we're going to go ahead and set it down just like this, with the holes facing on the bottom. Let me move this stuff out the way and show y'all a better view. You're going to take your cam screws and cam lock screws, and we're going to place those into here. There's an opening so it can push straight through. It should flush straight through. It shouldn't be sticking out or anything. Once you have that through, you're going to go ahead and take your Phillips screwdriver and tighten that up. Once you have that tightened up, we're going to go ahead and do the same thing with the second board in the middle. Put the cam lock screws in and tighten it up. We're going to take our narrow board, and you're going to put the 2 wooden dowels into the holes provided. This is the front of the bookshelf at the bottom. It holds, it's just like decorational purposes, make it look more better, hope it stand up better. And then we're going to take our last panel board, make sure the wooden piece is facing along the outside edge, and the painted piece is facing towards the painted direction, the finished edge. And we're going to go ahead and place that at the top. However, you see the holes are on the opposite side, so you cannot see them. You want to make sure those holes are facing the ceiling, because when you stand the bookshelf up, you won't see those holes. Tighten that up, and then we're going to go ahead and grab our other side of the bookshelf and go ahead and place it in. I try to do one end at a time and focus on one end. Once you align those inside the holes that's provided, then I'll move to the middle, and then I'll move to the edge. I don't push it down until I know all my pieces are aligned, just so I don't break it or bend any of the pieces. This is a pretty easy bookshelf to put together. You should be able to do it with one person. Some parts you might need 2 people to help. Well, one person to help you, and then that makes 2 total. But yeah, I managed to do these things on my own, so I know you can too. Ooh, I'm sorry, y'all. I be getting a little distracted sometimes looking at myself. I be forgetting that I'm doing furniture assembly, and then I start twerking. But yeah, bow. And we'll go ahead and tighten up those cam lock screws. And then we're going to place the bookshelf on its front. So we're working with the back right now. We're going to go ahead and put this flat back piece on. I had to move the bookshelf to make sure it's enough room to slide it in. This part can be a little difficult. This is the part where I say you might want to have that extra person to help you, just so it goes a little easier. Otherwise, you're going to keep running into this issue that I'm doing here. There's grooves in the back of the bookshelf this flat panel should be aligned with, so I'm just trying to get that aligned in. And it's best to have it as straight as possible, because if it's crooked, it will not go in straight and you can risk breaking this flimsy panel. You would have to lift it up from the middle part to get over the middle panel, because it like droops down. And then you want to just align the top, the bottom, and the middle up together. Just like you see me doing here, making some minor adjustments, moving it, making sure it stays in the grooves. This is probably the most difficult part of putting the bookshelf together and hammering in those nails to make sure you get good accuracy, because you know you're really playing a guessing game right there. But for the most part, there we go. Now I'm going to start hammering it in just like you see me doing here. And you're going to do that all the way around. And even put a little couple in the middle panel, like the middle board. You might have to draw a line for proper measurements, but I usually put 3 or 4 nails throughout the middle panel. And I turned it this way as well to make it easier to see what I'm doing. Once I have all those screwed in and my back secured, I'm going to go ahead and stand this up and put it in the corner where I want the bookshelf to be. Again, you might want to have somebody help you, or you can wobble it to where you want it to be, just like you see me doing here. I don't think it went there at the end of the day, because yeah, that doesn't look right, but at the end, I'm just showing y'all how to put it together. So I'm going to put my shelves in. I put the metal pieces in the holes provided. You have several options as far as the height gap and the difference. So whatever your preference is. Me, I just accidentally put one above the other, as you can see, so it was a little slanted. So I'm just taking it out, making some minor adjustments so it can be a straight shelf and not a crooked shelf. And there we have it. I got my 2 shelves at the top, and now I'm going to go ahead and add the 2 shelves to the bottom and space it out how I feel fits. And there we go. Remember, if this video helps you, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, and let me know how you like your bookshelf. Enjoy. Till next time.